Sup, this is Alex Chu coming at you with another episode. This episode, I want to talk about why modern women have difficulty finding husbands, okay? But before I talk about that, I want to tell you my name is Alex Chu. I'm the guy who invented physical mortality rings. These are rings that you put on your small finger, string sleep. You wear them, you don't age anymore. You become physically immortal. For example, I'm already 53. See, I'm pretty skinny, right? You don't see any belly fat? Look at that. I don't have any muscles either. You know what that means? I never work out. Never go to the gym. I don't like to exercise either. If you go to my website, livemuchlonger.com, I have lots of testimonials. Most of them give me 4-star, 5-star. If you're interested, livemuchlonger.com. Livemuchlonger.com. Link is at the bottom of this video. Anyway, I saw a video online, right? And this woman, she's like, wow, she's very, very demanding. She said, this is how when you go on a date, okay, you have to seek out these qualities of this man. If this man does not possess these 5 qualities, it's a red flag. Don't date him anymore and stuff like that. Anyway, I'm going to show you a clip.
What are some of the flags that I recognized in past relationships within the first week or two that ended up being the reason that we broke up years later? Right off the bat, within the first date or 2 of meeting someone, if they do not have at least 5 shuns, I do not suggest being in a relationship with them. Motivation, aspiration, occupation, education, transportation. If they do not have all 5 of those things, really question it. Number 2, core values. Do your core values align? Because if they don't, things will not work in the long term. Number 3, how do they treat you when they're drunk or inebriated in any way, intoxicated in any way? If it is anything other than they treat me fabulously, no. Do you feel in any way that you have to change who you are as a person to be with this person? Do you feel like you have to put on a show or act any way other than your true self or your true thoughts or your true beliefs in order to appeal to this person? If you had to bring this person into a room filled with colleagues, best friends, and closest family, would you be comfortable leaving them in that room alone without you there to babysit? If the answer is no, that's a red flag.
Okay? You see why that it's so difficult for women to look for a husband nowadays? I mean, when I listen to her, right? When I listen to her, like counting down, these qualities, the motivation, whatever. I don't know. She makes me so uncomfortable. You understand? It's like, to me, she's like a robot. She's not a woman anymore. She's like a robot, It's like, so she's so demanding. She has absolutely no sympathy for anybody, She has no sympathy for you. She has no sympathy for any man. It feels like she's in her own world. It feels like she's still playing computer games. She's still playing Sims, She's still playing Sims, that she could design her own man. I'm going to design my own boyfriend. I'm going to name this guy Mike. He has to be this tall. He has to dress this way. He has to have this job. He has to be a doctor, this and that. It's like there's absolutely no compromise, Like she's designing a skyscraper or something. She's designing a bridge. Like there's absolutely no compromise. It has to be exactly this way. Wow, that's, I don't know. It's not comfortable, Nowadays, I think that's the reason why a lot of men, they just don't want to get married anymore. Because, can you imagine, like, if I get off work, right, and I come back home and my wife talks this way, can you imagine that? I mean, she has absolutely no sympathy. She has absolutely she cannot compromise whatsoever. And, I don't know, back in the days, in the 1950s and the 1960s, women are not like this. Women, they at least know how to compromise. They at least have sympathy, right? Like if a guy, say, he's a guy from next door. It's my next door neighbor. His name is John. He's a quite cute guy. But then his daddy is not rich. So he's not rich. He just graduated from high school. And he promised me that he's gonna work very hard to support the family. He's looking for a job right now. Once he found a job, I'm gonna marry him. You know, it's like back in the days, girls they have sympathy for guys. You understand? They're willing to compromise. They don't have like, yeah, you gotta have this. You gotta give me this. You gotta give me that. You got, or else it's a red flag. Or else I can't date you. Wow, they're not like that at all back in the days. It's just that they have so much sympathy. They it's like when you speak to them, it just wow, you feel the warmth. You know, you feel wow. You know, I want to come back home if you talk like this, right? Like, yeah, if you come back home, oh, how's your day, honey? You know, oh, here I make you an apple pie. You know, I make you I don't know, some steak. The steak is inside the oven. You know, I mean, if they talk like that, it would it's a lot more comfortable. You understand? But then, unfortunately, nowadays, 99% of the women they talk like this woman right here, right? I mean, basically, she's counting down. You know, like I want this, I want that, I want this, and you can tell when you look at her facial expression, you can tell she's not joking around. She means it. She means exactly what she said. You know, and I don't know how can I don't know. She's gonna have a very difficult time looking for a husband. Okay, because I mean, her list of demands, right? Like there's absolutely no compromise. If the guy failed on just one point, and she said that's it. I'm serious. Nowadays girls are like that. They cannot compromise whatsoever. You know. That's the reason why a lot of guys they have AI girlfriends nowadays. They you know they go to Chat GPT and create themselves a AI girlfriend, right? And they just chat online with the robots. You know. It's still better than chatting with this bitch, right? Gosh, she's so demanding, you know. This is now modern day girls. They still look pretty. Yeah, look at her. She's not too bad looking, you know. She's pretty. She's sexy, right? Right. I mean, I bang her, you know. But then the problem is when she talks, you know, when the moment she talks, wow, just very very uncomfortable. You know, you listen to her talking and it just like there's like it makes she make me feel like I'm still at work. Like fucking I'm still at work. I'm still serving a client. It makes me feel like I'm still having a meeting, you know? I'm having a boardroom meeting, right? And my boss is talking to me. Yeah, I want you to do this. I want you to do that. You know, and the grace period is 30 days. I want this done within a week. It makes me feel like that. You know, like you know, it makes me. I don't know. I get nervous when I hear these things. You know. So I mean, what man wants to come back home to that, right? These I don't know. It just. But you know, modern day girls. I guess I don't blame them. They have been programmed by the environment, you know. I mean, that's how it is nowadays. Nowadays, it's like these women, they have absolutely no sympathy, you know. And the moment if the guy fucks up, right, that the guy lost his job or the guy gets sick, right, the guy is like diagnosed with cancer or something, you know. And that's the moment that the girls start to think, the women start to think, oh, I gotta divorce this man. I gotta divorce him. I gotta end this relationship. So wow, there's this, I don't know. So a lot of guys, they just feel stranded, you know. Like if I marry this woman and she is this demanding, right? I think it's better if I just don't get married at all. I think it's better if I just stay single for the rest of my life because I don't want to deal with this. I don't want to come back home to this. You understand? Doesn't matter how beautiful you are. It doesn't matter how sexy you are. It doesn't really matter. You know, your beauty and your sexiness is really none of my business if you talk like this, you know? I don't know. It's how I wish, you know, girls are more like back in the days, you know? How come nowadays women they can't talk like the girls back in the days anymore? Like, oh honey, you're home. Oh yeah. Oh, your cousin Eddie, he just called. Your cousin Eddie called. Oh, by the way, you know, your mother and your father, they're visiting us this weekend. They're coming to visit us, stuff like that. Oh, your nephew. Yeah, your nephew. Oh, your aunt. You know, it's like your aunt also bought a pie. She bought a pie. She's gonna bring to our house. How I wish women can talk like that. You know. You know, I wish women can talk like that. But then nowadays women they don't talk like that anymore. They just like, oh, What's wrong, honey? You know, it's like, hey, if you have a problem, you gotta tell me, okay? You gotta pay attention to me. You know, you gotta take me seriously. You know, yeah. See, I need somebody with motivation, somebody with priority, somebody. It's like they're so demanding. They want you to do this, they want you to do that. You know, they don't allow you any moment of rest. They don't show any comfort. You know, I don't know. But hey, you know, if you're a woman, you want to look for a husband. Hey, don't listen to this woman right here, man. You gotta have sympathy. You gotta show a man a sign of. You gotta know how to relax. You understand? You gotta give your man some space to relax. You gotta show him some mercy. You know. If you're not rich, okay, we can make it together. We can make it together somehow. If you're not 6 feet tall, you're like a little under 6 feet tall. You know, just I don't know, just maybe you should just settle for it. You know, but I don't know. I don't know. What modern women, I don't understand what they're thinking. But you know, anyway, hey, that's all I want to say for this episode. Hope you like my channel. If you like, please subscribe. Thank you.